Elon Musk just added $3 billion to Dogecoin's market cap, simply by changing the bird on Twitter's homepage to the Doge. And he did it while facing a nearly $300 billion lawsuit over manipulating the price of Dogecoin. Ballsy? Yeah, but this is Elon Musk we're talking about, and he stands to make a lot more than a few $100 billion if he can pull off his secret plan.
He misdirected everybody's attention. Guess what he's really doing? He's using Twitter as a payments platform.
All you gotta do is pay attention. He's doing this right in front of our faces. This is not a video on the story of Elon changing Twitter's logo to a dog. In fact, it's not even a video on why we're changing our logo to a dog, and possibly throwing 10% of our treasury into Dogecoin. Stick around till the end of the video for that. But no, this is a story behind that story, and it's a story in two parts. First, there's how, and more importantly, why Elon came to own Twitter, and then there's why he's being sued for pumping Dogecoin in that $258 billion lawsuit. But let's start with Twitter, because it hasn't been going well.
Elon Musk just valued Twitter at $20 billion, which is less than half of what he paid for it last year. Yeah, you got to give him credit, though. At a time when the price of everything has gone up, Elon cut Twitter in half. So, I mean, that's...
Now, to be fair, all great transformations take time, particularly when you're recreating the entire way a company makes money. And that's exactly what Elon is doing. Quite possibly because he got the idea a year earlier from Twitter founder Jack Dorsey, aka the guy he bought it from.
If we had Bitcoin or a native currency for the internet before Twitter started, like, it just creates so many different business models that we wouldn't have to be so dependent upon advertising generally.
And it makes sense. The man made his early money by building a payments company and selling it to PayPal. So of course he would want to turn Twitter into a payments platform. In fact, for anyone paying attention, it's been pretty core to his plan. The New York Times obtained a pitch deck around the time Elon was buying Twitter, saying that it could be worth $250 billion. But he's not going to get there just by selling blue check marks. In that deck, he outlined plans to boost users and raise subscription fees, but right in the middle was a bombshell that went largely unnoticed. He said a new Twitter payment system would explode 86-fold from doing $15 million this year to hit $1.3 billion by 2028. And it's not often something like that happens. It's also a little unclear how Elon plans to get to that number. But just a little after the New York Times published Elon's deck, he was even more forthright about what comes next for Twitter's payment system on Twitter Spaces.
Now we can say, like, okay, you've got a balance on your account. Do you want to send money to someone else within Twitter? The more useful and entertaining it is, the more people will use it. Then the next step would be, let's offer an extremely compelling money market account, so you get extremely high yield on your balance.
That sounds pretty crypto. It's also interesting because he's using money and not dollars, because that's what crypto is, just another form of money. So given Elon's understanding of blockchain technology, it isn't a leap for a lot of crypto builders like Caitlin Long, the founder of Custodia Bank, to connect the dots.
Well, those Twitter payments with anybody on Twitter anywhere in the world, guess what? Those are not moving on traditional payment rails. Those are not traditional bank payment systems. So he's working on something big.
So what's the alternative? Bitcoin is certainly one possibility, but Elon's dogged it for two main reasons. It's energy intensive, and it doesn't really work well to use as a currency. His words, not mine, because the price of Bitcoin keeps going up.
If a currency is expected to increase in value over time, there's reluctance to spend it.
If only there were a crypto that was essentially a copy of Bitcoin, but more inflationary to get people to actually spend it. And I don't know, maybe more entertaining? So, I wonder which crypto Elon might choose for payments on Twitter.
The Doge community, I think, is somewhat irreverent, obviously, and has great memes and loves dogs, and I love dogs and memes.
Now you can roll your eyes at all this and say, this is dumb. This is so dumb. But that's likely exactly the point. Elon has always been fascinated by Doge because it was created to poke fun at all the other cryptocurrencies. But maybe more importantly, he's fascinated by Doge because he can literally pump its price simply by tweeting about it. And he owns a lot of it, and even bought some for his son. And almost every time he says something about it, its price goes up. And that's precisely where this $258 billion lawsuit comes in. As the suit alleges, Elon has purposely been manipulating Doge's price higher in order to sell for profits. The lawsuit claims Elon has already made billions of dollars by doing just that. Take Exhibit F. In March of 2021, Musk attributed supreme being qualities to Dogecoin by tweeting that, quote, Doge spelled backwards is EGOD. Then there's Exhibit G, where Musk tweeted 3 times about Dogecoin, including, quote, why are you so Dogematic, they ask. And as a result of these tweets, the lawsuit claims Doge popped 40% in 2 weeks. Then months later, they allege Musk sold the majority of his Dogecoin to make billions of dollars without telling anyone. But if something is a joke, how could you possibly take it seriously? More importantly, how could you possibly think he's manipulating anything? It's a joke! It's kind of a genius defense. And it's one that Elon has stood behind even in the lead up to his appearance on Saturday Night Live. With a single tweet announcing his hosting role, he sent Doge's price spiking 50%. And then everything came crashing down after he said the quiet part out loud.
I keep telling you, it's a cryptocurrency you can trade for conventional money.
Oh, so it's a hustle.
Yeah, it's a hustle.
So there's no denying Elon's sway over the price of Doge. And perhaps, self-servingly, there's also no denying his commitment to the crypto either. Maybe the fact he's being sued to the tune of $258 billion, and the fact the SEC opened an investigation for his Doge pumping makes him just a little more cautious with his explicit promises for what he intends to use Doge for in Twitter's payment plans. Even Elon might not be that crazy. But one thing seems pretty clear. Elon gets the joke, and he can make a lot of money spreading that joke and using it as a shield. And if you prod Elon about purposely pumping Doge, he's a bit more careful about what he says. Importantly, he isn't pumping Doge for his own bags. He's doing it for his employees.
I just know a lot of people who are not that wealthy who, have encouraged me to buy and support Dogecoin. So I'm responding to those people.
So a rational person could sit here, roll their eyes at Elon's Doge obsession, or maybe they could hop in and join the party. And I'm not saying we do that at Coinage, but maybe I am. In fact, as a community-owned show, it wouldn't even be up to me to say throw 10% of our co-op's treasury into Doge. I mean, that would be crazy, right? That's a higher percentage than even Tesla's committed to Doge. But it's not my call. It's yours. If you have a Coinage NFT, even a free one, you can click the link in the description below to vote on our proposal to throw our money into Doge. And if you don't have a Coinage NFT, you can scoop one up today to cone this experiment and some Doge with us. I'm Zach Guzman. This is Coinage. Stay safe out there.